It's a well-known fact that Steve Jobs isn't. Well, that is. And nobody's more annoyed about that than Steve Jobs himself. But when the time comes, if he has to power down his MacBook one last time and slide off into the iCasket, the word is that he's going to go out as befits a man of his stature. Basically like an ancient Egyptian pharaoh, with an army of slaves to do his every bidding, in death as in life. Now, for some Apple fanboys, seeing Steve give a Macworld keynote address was a bit like seeing Michael Jackson moonwalk for the first time. Now, when those kids find out that Jobs has gone, they'll probably just pull on the ceremonial black turtleneck, slip a little cyanide into the corporate Kool-Aid, and ascend with him into the great computing cloud in the sky. But is that kind of sacrifice going to be enough for Steve Jobs? I'm not so sure, and that's why I put it to you that Steve Jobs wants you dead. Now you're probably saying, Mark, what possible evidence do you have to back up these frankly implausible allegations? So allow me to enter into evidence this article that I read this morning in the New York Times. According to this report, it turns out that the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration have been suppressing the results of studies into the dangers of people driving while talking on cell phones. It turns out, not surprisingly, that people on cell phones are more likely to cause accidents, including fatal accidents, about on the same level as someone with a 0.8% blood alcohol level. Maybe the 9/11 truthers could spend less time trying to prove that Osama bin Laden has a secret base on the moon and spend more time exposing this cover-up. And who's busy trying to get you even more distracted on your phone with his fancy app store? Steve Jobs. Right? Every time they cram more shit into your iPhone, it's just like when Coors Light make glow-in-the-dark beer cans. It just increases the chance that some idiot's going to plough into the back of your car while they're messing around with some seemingly harmless app that lets you fart in Klingon or play Sudoku with Snoop Doggy Dogg. Bill Gates might have wanted to chain you to Windows for life, but Steve Jobs wants you worshipping him in the afterlife. And let's face it, if Steve Jobs wants you dead, he's going to shut you down faster than a jailbreaked iPhone during a systems upgrade. I see what you're up to, Steve Jobs, but I'm here to stop it. Forget Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. I'm here to announce the launch of MADDD. That's Mark Against Dickheads Distracted by Devices. This video is supplied for phones that fuck you up purposes only. Well, folks, I'll throw a link up in the description to the original article. You might read it and say, Mark, this all happened in 2003, and even though the facts are only coming up now, Steve Jobs could have had nothing to do with this. And you might be right, but surely a government agency wouldn't suppress, facts that could save lives just to avoid rocking the boat with corporate lobbyists and so on. That would be the really ridiculous story, right? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do rate it. Come up with your own rating system. Rate it anywhere up to 5 terminal technological advances. That's 5 terminal technological advances. Or come up with a much better and more alliterative rating system. Leave it in the comments. See you next time. Cheers.